Love, it has been good to me this time around. Things were ever bound to change when it was found. Sugar never tasted sweeter on my lips. My heart is now intact and I can find
Well, hello and welcome to a very special episode of the Xrad show, the talk show that really does get you talking on the Xandermonium radio network and Facebook, of course, from a very undisclosed even location. Having a little bit of problem with all the technical stuff here. It's been a while. I have missed you all. It is great to be back. I wanted to share some stuff with you today. Basically, to give you an update about where I am and to let you know what's going on with me and what happened to me specifically with Twitter and what they just did to me. So to give you a very brief pottered history of what's been going on. Yes, I had a car accident. I am absolutely fine. I am recovering. I am not in the Betty Ford clinic, as some people suggested. I am in an undisclosed location. I'm not in a sanitarium, as some have suggested too. I am getting better, and I am getting there. And the X-Rad show will be back with you next month. I've really missed you all. I've missed ranting and raving, and I just really I'm missing commenting on a lot of the things that are going on in these United States right now. Now, as you know, I am a bit of a Twitter fiend, and today I basically commented on a tweet that Ana Navarro made about our president. She basically said what Eminem just did would get him jailed in some countries in America. Rappers, NFL players, and every one of us have freedom of speech. Now, as you know, Eminem made a speech today in a rap form. I would say it was more trap form about President Trump. And I guess he expressed his displeasure as to some of the things that have been going on in these United States, which is absolutely his democratic right to do so. So I exercised my democratic right in response to Ana Navarro, and I said, and I quote, maybe it wasn't very nice what I said, but I was glad I did. I said, "You're a nasty fat pig, paid to wail on my POTUS. There's me exercising mine, as in my right to freedom of speech, you parasitical rhino." Now, here's the thing. I have got every right to express how I feel to these people that are talking trash about the president, but I got banned again today from Twitter. I just think conservatives are really getting a raw deal on Twitter, and it's time that we stood up to them. I think it's imperative that we start to do something about the fact that on social media we are treated like second-class citizens, and it's as though if you are a Democrat or you're paid to say things about the president, you can actually do and say what you please. What do you think about that? Tell us in the feed below, or if you get to listen to this or watch this after it has happened, then feel free to comment, and we will definitely get back to you. I just want to say a quick hello to the few of you that are in the live feed. Hello to Janie, hi to Swoop, hi to Deb, hi to Ken, hi to Janie. Hello to everybody else who is watching but is not in the live feed. Come and join us. Tell us what you think. The thing that really struck me today about what Eminem did was really it was about kind of rescuing a flagging career. He's obviously got an album coming out, and as most of these artists, in parentheses, do, when they've got an album coming out, is they seem to want to trash the president. What's his name? The British guy, Ed Sheeran, did it. He blamed Donald Trump for his album not getting out in time. And that kind of bothers me. I'm the first one in the line to comment on Donald Trump when he does things that I disagree with. I didn't like the blanket ban for the trans military situation. You know, it should have been done on a case-by-case basis. I don't like the fact that Nikki Haley voted against the death penalty thing for gay people in different countries. And what they'd done there was they'd added other things into the bill. So it kind of got a little bit confused. But there are plenty of things that I don't like about what Donald Trump is doing. However, for me, I have to look at the bigger picture. I have to support him because there are people out there that are willing to just trash him for absolutely nothing. And if I join in with that, I'm just as bad. And it would be unrealistic, wrong teeth in today, to actually call yourself like a conservative or a Republican and just agree wholeheartedly with the party line and everything that he has to say. So you know, I just kind of feel that let's give him a chance, and when he messes up, then we'll jump on him, because I think that, you know, that's what being American is all about. I really think that, you know, it's imperative to actually stand up for the president, because there's so many people out there willing to trash him and talk him down, when really, you know, this is a very crucial time in American history. And if people are going to, for 4 years, you know, just talk him down and disagree with him and hate on him, they're going to have a very big shock coming to them for the second term of office, which I'm sure is coming when he, you know, gets this other 4 years, and they're going to be doing the same thing. Because what people seem to forget is when you're trashing the president, what you're actually doing is trashing America. Why don't we all try and work together and try and do the best for the country as a whole, rather than just, you know, kind of trying to do this guy down all the time. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. There's so many things that I don't like about him. I didn't like him when he was a reality television person, but what you have to remember is that that was a persona. And if you cannot see that that was a persona, you're the very stupid one in all of this. Hi to chat. Hi to my big sister, Kat. Hello to Nick. She says, Eminem used to go after Bush nonstop in his songs. I know he'd cut out, especially when it's so easy, because all his black rapper friends are encouraging it. I would tend to agree with that. Hi to Kate, my niece. Hello to Joe. Joe says, I'm going to burn all my Eminem stuff. Lost it. I'm going to burn all my... I'm sorry, every time someone comments, the feed moves. It says, I'm going to burn all my Eminem stuff I have. I'm tired of this double standard. If you're famous, you say and do what you want. If you're middle class, just shut up. Ken says he will be back later. Feel free to watch this after it is over. Janie says she can't stay long. That's fine, Janie. This is just very impromptu. And yes, Ken, I am back. The bitch is back. Let's see what else people are saying. Hello to Tanya. Welcome to the feed. There are some other things I want to kind of get off my chest today, over and above being banned from Twitter. I want to encourage you, if you are paying for advertising on Twitter in any way, shape, or form, stop that right now as a protest, and actually tell them that you will not support them silencing conservatives or anybody else. My opinion is just as important as Ana Navarro's, whether it's paid for or not. So I want to talk for a second about Weinstein, Clinton, and the fact that, you know, they're using this as a way to attack Donald Trump. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about all this for me. You know, the thing is that it's one thing to make allegations about people. And yes, we know that Trump used the phraseology, grab your pussy or grab their pussy. I don't really care about that. I would take that 24/7 over and above someone like Bill Clinton, who has systematically for 40 years raped and sexually assaulted people, and his wife has just enabled him with that. I will take that every single day over someone like that. And if one more person says to me, Bill Clinton is not the president anymore, why does that make a difference? Unless you have categorical evidence that Donald Trump has committed any of these acts, shut up about it or go and see law enforcement. It's It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, let me tell you what I think is hypocritical with regards to Hillary Clinton. Her commentary about this was just so ridiculous. How, after supporting and enabling a rapist for 40 years, because let's face it, she threatened his victims. She threatened Juanita Broderick and several others to try and get them into silence. And how can you be hypocritical then about the fact that this guy has done that? Now, I'm in no way defending Weinstein. He's a disgusting, parasitical fool as far as I'm concerned, but I just kind of feel it's very important to get it into context. Chet says, if Hillary Clinton is such a champion for women's rights, why does she surround herself with men that rape women? Very good point, Chet. Joe says, Bill who? Exactly. Nick says, did you see the statistics about Twitter and what would happen if President Trump deleted his account? He's got the safest account on Twitter. That's a very interesting information. I wish he'd support me. I wish he would say, leave Xander alone. Because in effect, every time I get banned, it's because I'm defending him. And whether I'm overzealous with that, I don't know. Hi, Janie. Welcome. It's great to have you all in the live feed. I'm trying to make sure you all get a little bit of a say. Joe says, would you touch Hillary with your organ? LOL. No way. Well, I have a keyboard nowadays. I don't have an organ. I've really kind of updated things. Mrs. Moving swiftly on. So what was the next thing I wanted to mention? Yes, I have notes because I'm old now. And since my car accident, I forget things. I want to talk about Mike Pence, who was criticized last weekend for daring to walk out of the 49ers Colts NFL game in Indianapolis in a planned walkout after about a dozen San Francisco players kneeled during the anthem, announcing his departure from the stadium on Twitter. Now, a White House statement followed with a tweet from President Trump, which confirmed the walkout was not spontaneous. He said, I asked VP Pence to leave the stadium. My cue prompter has died on me, but like all good presenters, I have notes. So give me a second. America, where are we? Announcing his departure from the stadium on Twitter, a White House statement followed with a tweet from President Trump, which confirmed the walkout was not spontaneous. I said that already. Now, this began last year with Colin Kaepernick, with the fact that his career was flagging and nobody wanted to give him a job, so he decided that he'd get political, and basically said that it was because of the racial injustice and the police brutality. 49ers players have been prominent among those kneeling in the season and could have been expected to kneel on Sunday. It's interesting how the left has a do as I say and not as I do attitude. Now, remember when the cast of Hamilton on Broadway decided to spoil Mike Pence's night by protesting the Trump administration? The left felt that was okay. All Pence did was leave in protest to the disrespect shown to the anthem. And I say good on him. He was also heavily criticized for recycling a picture he had used before when attending a ball game. I mean, so what? Who cares? The point is just so ridiculous. It defies logic. But this is exactly what we're dealing with in America in 2017. We're dealing with BS like this when things are being ignored that are actually going on. Hillary Clinton still walks the streets and she's a criminal, basically. I'm sorry, I can't see your comments. I'm having technical problems here. I really do need I need to get rid of Google Chrome, and I need to get myself someone that can help me to do my show. Let's see if I can get back to you to respond to constant comments. Here we go. So Chet says, Weinstein is going to Europe to receive help with his sex addiction. More like he's going to pull a Roman Polanski. I don't doubt that, Chet. Nick says he was showing respect to the president who requested him to leave if that happened. Absolutely. Joe Hawkins says, we support you. Thank you. I support you guys too. Hi to Justin. Welcome to the feed. Yes, look who it is. It's me. I'm still alive, contrary to popular myth. Nick says the amazing quality Pence holds is that he's so classy and respectful and has so much integrity and always will be gracious to President Trump because he appreciates that what Trump has done for him and America itself. Our anthem, this in fact that our flag is a national treasure and belongs to us all. I really can't see what the issue is with this. It's really simple. And surely, as Americans, as Christians, we should only be kneeling to God. Let's face it. It's concerning that in 2017 it's okay for the left to protest, but when we give them back a little bit of their own medicine, they really don't like it. I think it's imperative for us to stand up to the left, because when we don't, what actually happens is that we bow to that. We in America have been losing everything. We're losing our traditions. We're not allowed to say God bless you. We're not allowed to stand for the anthem. We're supposed to kneel for the anthem. We're not allowed to do all of the things that we have become used to as Americans, and that our forefathers fought for in order to ensure that we would have those freedoms. They're coming after our guns, although they're saying that they're not. Isn't it interesting? Every time there's one of these mass shootings, and the Democrats get on their high horse and say, "Oh, it's so bad that all these mass shootings are going on, and we should ban guns and do this and do that and do the other." When it's the Democrats that are doing the shooting. Hey, Democrats, I have a message for you out there. Get your house in order and stop your people from killing in mass shootings. That's what we need to do. I think that some states do really need to tighten up just a little with regards to how they exercise the current gun laws. But the ones that are in place are absolutely fine if they are administered properly. Oh yes, sorry. Let's see if my Q prompter is working again. And it's not, so that's fine. I want to talk a little bit about the Brits. Theresa May, 16 months on from the UK Brexit referendum, and no real progress has been made. UK MP Boris Johnson seems keener on bringing Brexit to fruition than Theresa May, aka cough cough. Be flexible, be imaginative, be creative, Theresa May told EU leaders via House of Commons today, or yesterday, whatever it was. Many, including myself, have doubts about the Prime Minister's slow movement on Brexit. Now, let's face it, Theresa May was in fact anti-Brexit, and in order to have a successful exit from Europe, surely there needs to be someone in the chair who at least believes in this actually happening. It's always gratifying in the complex world of Brexit to view developments through the prism of the UK as a toddler. Now, the UK has grown up and never been more so than now. When the UK entered the EU, they were promised so many things for adhering to EU rulings that in reality never came to fruition and nearly broke the fishing and farming industries in the UK. So I call on you, Theresa May, but May not, to pull out your finger and aid the UK to freedom in the EU as voted for by the public in the referendum. I kind of get more and more each day why Donald Trump has kind of gone the way he has with all this kind of, anti, what's the word I'm looking for? My brain has just died. Anti people like George Soros, because it's important for America to have a level of independence, and I don't think we have that right now. And I think that, in essence, what the UK is trying to do is to actually try to regain their independence, because they haven't had that for so long. And the problem for me with that is that the control was taken away from the British people. Now, I know people in the UK that are in the fishing and farming industry that had these sanctions placed on them. Globalism is the word I was looking for. I've had these sanctions placed upon them. They were told that they would do X, Y, and Z, and they would get subsidies for doing that. But it actually absolutely broke their broke their industry. And the concern is that, essentially, if we don't sort things out in America, that's going to happen too, because no one should have control over America but Americans. Okay, let's go to the feed. Hi to my Gina. It's great to see you. Hi to Camille. I think I said hi to Justin already, but hi again. Hi to Lee. Hi to Brooke. Hi to Justin. Justin says, Chet, my helper watches a lot of Russian propaganda, so I may have to quit. I think with a name like his name is, I think he might be Russian. What do you think, comrade? FOG in the house, which is Freedom on Deck. Make sure you check them out Sundays. I will be joining them very soon, again, for their show. So make sure you check out Freedom on Deck. That's Sundays, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and you might catch me there very soon. So message me, chat, and we'll set up that interview. Hi to Anna. I hope your grandma is doing well. Give her my love. What else have we got out there? Blah, 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 blah. Chet says Weinstein is going. Oh yeah, we already did that. We already talked about Weinstein. I don't want to talk about Weinstein anymore. Weinstein is just an affront to all that is right about these United States. And in all honesty, what really bothers me, and I'm going to say this, and I'll probably get into trouble for saying it, I'm very sorry that Rose McGowan was treated very badly by him. But let's face it, she still took the payoff and kept her mouth shut. And the thing that bothers me is if you're taking a payoff for these things, you can't piss and whine about it when it comes back to bite you on the ass. I think essentially it's terrible that he did it to anybody, but if you're taking money for this and in order to keep quiet, and then you want to piss and whine about it, as far as I'm concerned, you've lost that opportunity when you took the money. Now, she said recently in her Twitter feed, I took it because I needed to pay for counseling. So why did you sign the clause then that said you couldn't talk about it? The problem for me is that if you are treated this way, there is a lot of the casting couch that goes on in Hollywood. I know for a fact there are several roles that I haven't got because I refused to sleep with Weinstein. And I just think that although it is a part of the way that the industry works, the way that it continues to be a part of the way that the industry works is because nobody says anything about it. Nobody does anything about it. And that is the concern as far as I'm concerned. And I think essentially we will see more and more. But what I was gratified by the fact was that after Meryl Streep, or should I say Meryl Sheep, said so many bad things about our president, and then ended up with egg on her face because she said that Weinstein was basically God, that she had to kind of retract these things. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, Meryl. I think essentially, I will be there fighting with you. If President Donald Trump does things that put our country at risk or are not good for our country, I will be the first on there tweeting about it. That's if I'm not suspended, of course. I want to read you the statement they sent me before I go very soon. But essentially, ultimately for me, the point is that it's about not being so damn hypocritical. So, I want to call people like Meryl Streep out and Lena Dunham. Lena Dunham, don't you dare call anybody out for being sexual assault when you brag about sexually assaulting your sister in your book. You're a damn hypocrite. Let's get the hypocrites out of Hollywood. Let's drain the Hollywood swamp. Absolutely. Chet says, and if she had come forward, maybe it would have prevented other women from being raped. That's exactly my point, Chet. Ultimately, it's imperative for people who have been abused to speak out because they prevent other people from having this happen to them. Thomas says, I slept with Weinstein to become Indiana Jones and he lied to me. I would have settled for Doogie Howser. I think that's a topic for another show, Thomas, to be honest. Greg says, speak it out, no filter. Absolutely. I'm just waiting for them to cut my feed because, Facebook have issues too with people that speak out. Let me refer to my notes again because my teleprompter died on me. I want to talk a little bit about Martha Plimpton, who is another dangerous woman. Before we move on from Weinstein, isn't it interesting that Ashley, whatever her name is, her name will come to me. She's got sisters that are singers. What's her name? Ashley Judd. She said all of this about President Trump and then called herself a nasty woman. And it turns out she was involved with Weinstein as well. Again, hypocrisy. So back to Martha Plimpton. Actress and abortion pusher Martha Plimpton is concerning many, including myself, with her comments about abortion being akin to birth control and condoms, saying to a cheering pro-abortion crowd that her best abortion was at Seattle Planned Parenthood facility. Now, that's sick for me to say the least. Plimpton, 46, who starred in The Goonies when she was 15, was speaking at Shout Your Abortion event in June in Seattle, but the recent release of online footage of her remarks, which she boasted about her abortion, causing a firestorm on Twitter. Now, Plimpton told the cheering crowd, "Notice I said first, and I don't want Seattle. I don't want you guys to feel insecure. It was my best one. Heads and tails above the rest. If I could Yelp it, review it, and I totally would." This is alarming. Hollywood leftist response to abortion feeds into not only the misinformation and hype about abortion, but also promotes killing a fetus that we must speak out about. Now, you see, the thing for me is, hi Franco, the thing for me is that, people say, "Oh, Xander, you're a guy." Yeah, well spotted. The facial hair gives it away, and the fact that I haven't shaved today, or I could be Turkish, but I'm not. I have a right to talk about abortion just as much as the next person, because for me, there are male fetuses aborted every day. And then we get people saying, but what about if the baby is, deformed, or that it's been about rape, that it's someone that's been raped. I don't really want to get into that today, but what I really want to speak out about today is the fact that it's imperative to shout down these people that talk about abortion in the same way as they do condoms or the pill or having the coil fitted. It's not, it's not something that should be used as a form of contraception, because to me that's not just lazy. If you can't go out for a drunken night of debauchery without being able to keep your legs shut, then do something about it. Get some condoms, or do something that stops you from having to be in that position where you've got to get an abortion. Greg says, wrap that winky before doing the pinky. I totally agree. No one's perfect. And this is not about beating people on the head that have had abortions, because, I know people that have done it and regretted it. I know people that have done it and think it's the best thing that ever they have done. Great to see you too, Robert. Hope your grandson as well. But what I really do oppose is these people that brag about it. Why would you say, "Oh, my best abortion was in Seattle"? It really bothers me. When we live in a world where there are people like Carpin and Gosling who will put their hands inside a woman's vagina, yes, I can say that word, vagina, and will snap the neck of a fetus that would be viable outside of the body, then yes, we still need to be talking about abortion in these United States. And all across the world. Yeah, it's very demonic as far as I'm concerned too. Hi to Michael, hi to Neil. Welcome to today's Xrad Round Up. For those of you asking, yes, we will be coming back very soon with a new series of Xrad. I'm hoping it's going to be before the end of the month. As you can see, we have not got the studio set up yet, but as soon as we have, we will let you see it, and we will be doing more regular bulletins, etc., etc. What else did I want to mention to you? We talked about the hypocrites. We talked about Weinstein. See, it's my age. My brain really does just go off sometimes. Yes, thank you. It is good to be back, albeit impromptu. I really had to speak out today with the that's what I was going to do. I was going to read you the statement that Twitter gave me. Now, I read to you what I said. I basically said Anna Navarro was a fat, nasty pig for being paid to trash our POTUS. And this is the statement they give to me. It says, "We temporarily limited some of your account features. It says what happened. It says creating a safer environment for people to freely express themselves is critical to the Twitter community. So if behavior that may violate the Twitter rules is detected, certain account features become limited. We've detected some potentially abusive behavior from your account, so only your followers can see your activity on Twitter for the amount of time shown below. Your account will be restored to full functionality in 11 hours and 59 minutes. So here's the thing, America. Anna Navarro can be paid to say exactly what she wants to about the president, but when I defend him, she can call him all the nasty names under the sun, but if I defend him, I am suspended from Twitter, and that really bothers me. Hi Raymond, welcome. It really does bother me that this is still going on because it impedes the work that I'm trying to do. You know, I am trying to make America great again, and if I have to get banned a couple of times from Twitter for doing it, then so be it. I really just am at my wit's end with regards to the way that social media is treating conservatives. Well, I think we are nearly at the end of our roundup today. If you've got some comments before we go, then feel free to share them, and I will share them on the live feed. Also wanted to tell you, don't forget on Friday, every Friday you can catch me on the real side. Hi Jordan, which is 6 Pacific, 7 Central, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, and that's about 2 o'clock in the morning in the UK, which is why we do a pre-record now for that. Yes, fascist book is absolutely correct. So you can catch me on there on Friday nights, and we are working towards doing the X-Rad show again live every day. I'm not sure it's going to be at the same time. I'm just telling you my Gina when it's coming back. But we will definitely be back, probably at an earlier time, maybe 6 Eastern or something like that. But I do look forward to coming back and sharing with you a little bit more regularly. I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your support. I am alive, I am okay, I am getting better, and I think sometimes God puts these things in your path to say slow down, take a break, and then go back to doing my work, because really I feel like that this is my ministry. I don't know if you know this, but I do have a background in ministry, and I'm a Christian, and I think sometimes that we're not all always called to do the same kind of ministry, but this is absolutely my ministry, and I'm not perfect. I don't always get it right. I don't always say or do the right thing, but please be assured of my best intentions at all times. So I want to thank you all for checking in with us today. As I said, don't forget to check out Freedom on Deck. Freedom on Deck. He said I got the wrong teeth in today. Freedom on Deck, Sundays, 3 p.m. till 5 Eastern, and I will be on there again very soon. Dan's just joined us as we're leaving. Thank you, Janine. Thanks to everybody in the live feed that has joined us today. I'll try and do another one of these on Friday, or kind of sporadically, just so I can keep you all up to date and have a little rant and keep my little cogs moving with regards to standing up to these fascists and these a-holes who would try and destroy our country. The liberal elites out there and the fake media that would try to trash talk our president and get away with it. If you want to support me and support the show, you can buy the book. The book is available. It's called The Boy from Beyond the Ice House. You can buy my album, because I'm also a singer, as some of you know, because I've sang on the show and stuff before. You can also, what else can you do? You can pray for me. I'm always happy when people pray for me. And also, what else you can do out there for me is take care of yourselves and join me the next time for the Xrad Round Up, which will hopefully be very soon. Yes, I will be on Joe's show on Friday, fear not. So have a great night, everybody, Thank you for your love, care, understanding, and prayers. And I will see you next time on the Xrad Round Up. I love you all. I really do.
It has been good to me this time around. Things were the bound to change.